just doing a little bit of a roll call. I've got Tara. I love you, Tara. Amy, one of my best friends my whole life practically. We got Beth. We got Heather. Glad you're here. So yeah, all you guys know, pretty much all of you know, I go through hard things. Like we all go through hard things, but I know that this life, I must be here to learn a lot of things. And that's how I'm gonna take it. I have never learned so much, except like from this week. This week has taught me so much. If anybody doesn't know Heather, I'm not sure if you know, but we lost our best friend last week in a helicopter crash. Tragically, he was the epitome of Captain America. He literally was Captain America, like the best father you could ever imagine. He lived with us. He had trials and tribulations like you would not believe. Oh yeah, we're gonna make this is gonna be like a total. We're gonna every year just make it what's the word I'm looking for? Tradition, because he loved it here, and his kids, they're babies, but they were here. He got a job. He's from Rochester. His name is Christian. He got a job, just so you guys know on Zoom, I'm not talking to myself. We have people in the studio too. We got Kirsten and Kristen. So, him and my husband, best friends. They went to Iraq together. They flew medical helicopters together in Iraq. So, I mean, that brings you pretty close, I would think. And they've just traveled the world together. Like they would get 2 weeks off every deployment or every place they were. And instead of coming home and having to say goodbye to their grandmother and mother again and stuff, they would get to travel anywhere. They went to Australia, they went to Thailand, they went to Belize, they went to all these awesome places diving. So that's really great. They have those memories. But then when we got married and moved here, he is from Rochester and got an offer to be a pilot for the state police. And the job opening was in Albany. And he was like, it was his dream job because it was the state police medical, helicopter pilot. And so we were like, well, just live with us. Of course, who cares, So he lived with us, and then he, like 7 or 8 months later, he got a job in Rochester. Somebody retired in Rochester, and he was able to transfer. But I had to
with the state police, or was he still at the military?
Yep, he does both. He works. He's a pilot for the Army, and his civilian job is a pilot for the state police. So he lived with us during that time, and during that time, so he saved my life. I'm just gonna put it out there. I will, I could probably talk to a news anchor or somebody and tell the story about this because it's that special. Thank you. This is super. Thanks. He really saved my life. So he lived with us a year after my dad died, a year after my husband had cancer, and I had a new baby, and I was drinking a bottle of vodka a day. And nobody knew, but I think he knew. And he never shamed me, he never made me feel bad, he never said anything, he never did anything except show me love, but he had this grace about him, and he lived with me. So he would go to yoga. He used to go to hot yoga, and he was just like, I guess I never even realized how handsome and like everything was until like this past week looking at pictures. But he was like, because I didn't think of him that way. Yeah. But like not like less than 10% body fat. Like he's Captain America. This guy is just absolutely amazing. But he was going to these hard classes. He would talk to me about the girls. Oh, I should say the girls, and like things like that. But like now I realize he would tell me about this. And start telling me, I think you would like it. I think you would like it. Yoga kind of pulled me when I was younger too. I had a huge journey with it, but I never really gone to classes. So on my own, because he encouraged me and I saw how much he loved it, I started going. And now here I am. In May, I'm going to be finished with 1,100 hours as a yoga therapist. I haven't had a drink in 4 years. So who do we thank? Who do I owe it to? You know what I mean? And he, like, listening at the funeral and the services, every single person has this story about him. Like, he literally was everybody's best friend. He would call me twice a week still. He went through so much. He got full custody of his 2 little kids because it was a very sad situation and he had to do what was right and he did it. And then he gets to meet a Angel, and she had 2 kids, and he says that he was their bonus dad. He wasn't just a stepdad, he was their bonus dad. And he blended and built this like beautiful family. And it's just him and there's 2 other pilots. The one pilot had been a pilot for 20-something years. They had no idea what went on. It was their last act of heroism, though. My husband's flown with them for so many years. Like, they train if there's something wrong, to find an open field. What they did, they saved so many lives even to the end. He was just on the news right after Christmas for saving a little boy. Yeah, like, he's a hero. Like, he was the help. So, okay, thank you. I got that out. I want to dedicate this practice to him, of course. All my practices to him because so 3 things he lived by, and I'm telling you, he lived by them so gracefully, is love first, then discipline, and consistency. Those 3 things. Love comes first. Like, you always, you can do hard things. You can, being a mother sometimes hard, being a partner is hard, being a friend's hard, co-workers. It's hard to be the bigger person in a situation. It's harder to always find that heart center when you're in a tough situation. But you do have, like, if you just love wins, period. So if you can always just come back to that for yourself, for others, So we just want to read this poem. So why don't we just get a nice comfortable seat, maybe just like kind of ground down. I really do want to dedicate this practice to him. So I'm sorry for this heavy message in the beginning, but we'll work it out and move it with our breath and our movements. So just wanted to dedicate this practice to my friend and read the poem, The Dash. I've read of a man who stood to speak at a funeral of a friend. He referred to the dates on the tombstone from the beginning to the end. He noted that first came the date of birth and spoke of the following date with tears. But he said what mattered most of all was the dash between those years. For that dash represents all the time they spent alive on earth, and now only those who love them know what the little line is worth. For it matters not how much we own, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters is how we live and love and how we spend our dash. So think about this long and hard, and are there things you'd like to change? For you never know how much time is left that still can be rearranged. To be less quick to anger and show appreciation more, and love the people in our lives like we've never loved before. If we treat each other with respect and more often wear a smile, remembering that this special dash might only last a little while. So when your eulogy is being read with your life's actions to rehash, would you be proud of the things they say and how you lived your dash? So I thought that was just like a really great message of into where we are in our lives. It's like the end of January. It's like I'm already over this year. It's the end of January. We set intentions for ourselves usually in the beginning of the year. And then maybe at the end of the month, we kind of reflect to see how we did. And no judgment. No judgment. Just kind of notice. That's why I like to do these full moon things and kind of just like to check in each month and see how we are on our path. You have to know where you're going. You don't have to go there right now because that would take you out of the present moment, and that's not what we're trying to do. But you have to at least say, no, I always say nobody's gonna do anything for Kateri except for Kateri. Same as goes for you guys. You know, this is your, like, you have your own gifts. They were given to you. I wasn't given Kristen's gifts. It's your duty to quiet your mind, quiet yourself, give yourself time. You know, Oprah says that it's true. That's the best gift you can give yourself is time, so that you know where you're going. You know where, you know, you can reflect. You don't have to, like, drown in the past. You don't have to go back and drown it. Just, you know, just, it's all part of right now in this moment, who you were, who you're gonna be. Bring it all into right now, and where do you wanna go? All right. That's enough. Let's start with our breathing. Let's sit up nice and tall, ground down. My computer's doing all kinds of wacky things, but I'm gonna be listening to you guys, so. All right. Feel the mat, feel the earth beneath you. Sit up nice and tall with your crown. Maybe do half lotus. You take your ankle up to your hip crease if you can get it up there. And then just kind of wiggle down and sit up nice and tall on your sit bones. Maybe you place your palms up to receive and just take it, inhale deep, exhale out. Just inhale deep into the belly, exhaling out through the nose, inhaling deep through the belly, exhaling silently, just connecting to our breath. Once you start to just kind of smooth it out a little bit, we're going to try to inhale deep while silently counting to 4 as you inhale. And when you get to the top, we're going to hold the breath for a count of 4. Then we're going to exhale slowly for the count of 4. That's our breath. So we're going to inhale deep into the belly while silently counting to 4. We're going to hold the breath while counting to 4. And then we're going to exhale deep belly breath while counting to 4. And after that exhale, see if we can hold the breath for 4. And we're going to continue this pattern until I tell you to stop. I'm not judging if 4 is too long. Maybe just do it for a 3 count. Just trying to get a nice, smooth, steady breath. Samavriti, same wave. Maybe close your eyes, or maybe they're just open slightly. Once you connect to this long, deep, smooth breath with the holds, maybe you do a little ujjayi, little constriction in the back of your throat, like you're fogging a mirror. Okay, when you're ready, flutter open the eyes. You're going to inhale the thumbs up. Exhale, left hand comes in front, right hand comes behind. I'm just going to twist over that right shoulder. Keep breathing here. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, we're just going to fold over front and hinge at the hips. And those arms are going to come behind you and in and lace those fingertips. Just kind of like bring the shoulder blades a little bit onto your back. Breathe here. Exhale, release the hands, inhale up. Exhale, right hand comes in front, left hand comes behind. Twist over that left shoulder and breathe. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold over. Interlace those fingers one more time. Bring the shoulder blades back, pinching towards one another. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. I'm just going to be on all fours. We're going to do some cat-cow, just wake up the spine. I don't know about you guys, but I haven't done much movement. So nice and slow, just match it to your own breath. Fingers are spread out nice and wide. You press into the palms, knees under the hips. tops of the feet grounded, belly down, inhale, look up. Big inhale, exhale, chin to chest, really round that spine, bow to your own heart. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. And we get 3 more, just like that. And we're just gonna come to a nice flat back. I'm just gonna bring those hips back to that right ankle, over to that left ankle, bring those hips all the way up to that left wrist, right wrist, and back. Big circles. Breathe, inhale to come up, exhale to go down. When you're ready, reverse it. Big movement here, get weird, nobody cares. Just waking everything up. Okay, come back to a nice flat back. All fours, we're just gonna, if you can, bring those fingertips all the way back towards your knees. Breathe, press into the palms. Maybe go a little bit forward and back. Nice wrist stretch here. And breathe. So I'm just gonna welcome you guys all back. So fingertips go forward, tuck the toes, even the pinky toe, just sit back on the heels. Get it over with. I haven't stretched them all week, so this little piggy went to the market. This little piggy went home. This little piggy had roast beef, not really. Oh, I have a story about that too. This little piggy had none. This little piggy went wee. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, guys. Awesome job. Let's meet in down facing dog. Pedal out the feet. Really pedal it. Bring your chest back towards your thighs. Fingers are nice and wide. Shoulders are on, like hugging back towards one another onto your back. Pedal out those feet, big bend in the knees. And then maybe you just get a little bit still and breathe here. 5 breaths here. Maybe shake your head yes, shake your head no. If you see any tension in your jaw, move your jaw around. Big inhale. Big exhale. Okay, big bend in the knees. Look towards the hands, walk towards the front of the mat. We'll do a nice forward fold here if you need to bend in the knees. Maybe cup your elbows, do a little ragdoll. Keep breathing. Okay, release the hands, forward fold. Bring those hands to your shin, come on up to a nice flat back. Exhale, fold. Step all the way back with your right foot. Right knee is going to come down. Soften that top of that foot. Press into that left heel. Inhale, hands up. Breathe. That right hand's going to come down. That left hand's going to reach towards the sky. And take a nice breath here. Left hand's going to plant down. We're going to sit those hips back. We're going to bring those left toes towards the forehead. Nice stretch here. Walk those hands in. We're going to tuck those back toes and we're going to step up like a foot with that right foot. We're going to get warrior 1 in here. So make sure you got a little space in between your feet. We're going to press into that left heel. We're going to inhale, hands up. This is our warrior 1. Our hips are square towards the front of the mat. Got a slight bend in that knee. We're trying to keep that knee right over that ankle. Arms are up here. We're breathing. Try to get 2 more breaths. Feel all that stretch outside, the inside of that right leg, the outside edge of that right leg. Breathe. Awesome job. We're going to plant the hands. We're going to step back into plank. Bring your knees down, belly down. Or if you have chaturanga in your practice, you can do chaturanga, but knees down, belly down. So his elbows are hugged really close to the side body. We're going to inhale up into cobra or upward facing dog. Tuck the toes down, facing dog. Pedal up the feet. Okay, bend in the knees, look towards the front of the mat, walk towards the front of the mat. Forward fold. Definitely lift. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Hands come to your heart. Take a breath here. Inhale, arms up. Swan dive down, hinge at the hips, really forward fold. Bend in the knees if you need to. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Step all the way back with that left foot. Left knee is going to come down. Press into that right heel. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, left hand comes down, right hand reaches. Tuck those back. Oh, actually, wait, what do we do? Nope. We're going to plant that right hand. We're going to sit the hips back. And we're going to just forward fold onto the, flex those toes, feel the stretch. Breathe into the stretch. Walk the hands up. We're going to tuck the back toes. We're going to step up with the foot. And then lower that left heel. Bend in that right knee. Come up for your warrior one. Maybe put your hands on your hips. Make sure they're square to the front of your mat. Breathe. Okay, tap the hands. Step back, chaturanga, or knees down, belly down. Cobra, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Awesome job. We're going to now lift that right leg high in the sky. We're going to bend the knee, and we're going to bring that knee over to the right elbow and hold. Inhale, lift that leg. Bend the knee, bring it to that left elbow and hold. Lift that leg. Bring it all the way through. Help it if you need to. Okay, and then we're going to lower that left heel down. We're going to prepare for warrior two. We're going to windmill arms up. Check to make sure that front heel is in a straight line with the middle of your back arch. Front knee is bent. Looking over those middle fingers of the right hand. And you're breathing. We're going to keep that bend in the knee. Reverse your palm. We're going to reverse the warrior. And breathe. Big inhale. Exhale, bring that right elbow down. That left arm's going to sweep alongside. Reaching towards the front of the room. Or wherever you are. Okay, now we're going to look towards that right foot. We're going to step back into plank, and we're going to hold in plank. And then we're going to lower into forearm plank. And then we're going to lower belly down, our knees down. We're going to inhale here. Open our heart. Keep those shoulders away from the ears if you can. Exhale, we're going to plant our hands. We're going to push back into child's pose, knees wide, toes together. Push back. Maybe lower your forehead, shake your third head, massage your third eye. Okay, walk those hands back. We're going to bring that right arm out alongside. It's going to sweep underneath or thread the needle. Softly lower onto your right shoulder, your right ear. That left arm reaches towards the front of the mat. Or maybe you take it up and you bind it around into your right hip crease and sit back. Just breathe. George is at the window. He is. Okay, plant your left hand, sweep your right arm up. Exhale, plant the hand. We're going to meet down facing dog. We're going to lift that left leg high. We're going to bend the knee and bring that left elbow or that left knee to the left elbow and hold. Inhale, left leg up. Bend the knee, right elbow and hold. Inhale, lift that leg up. Bring it all the way through, and then we're going to lower that right heel down. We're going to windmill the arms up into warrior two. We're going to hold here and breathe. Just going to take a break. You guys hold in and breathe for a second. My little boy's up. Hi, buddy. blanket.
Oh, right now, it's from milk.
Yeah, and I got, and, yeah. Okay, reverse your palm, reverse your warrior. Okay, we're going from here, reverse our warrior, right? Okay, then we're gonna bring that left elbow down, and that right arm's gonna sweep alongside. So on top of everything else going on in my life, my husband got deployed back to DC until March 15th, and that's real life. Yep.
Has he been there?
So he's been there, so he was there. Okay, we're gonna windmill those arms down, step back into plank. And then we're gonna be in our forearm plank. And then we're gonna lower all the way down. And down here, nice and sphinx pose. And then child's pose. Knees wide, toes together, push those hips back. Yeah, so, yep, he should have been celebrating Inauguration Day, he was down there. We already had the anxiety high alert. Okay, left arm's gonna come outside. And then it's gonna sweep underneath. Lower down your left ear, left shoulder, right hand reaches, or maybe take the bind. But when he got the sad news, 2 soldiers drove him home. And then he was supposed to be done down there, and then we found out that they were extending them to March 15th because they're trying to impeach Trump. It's like, come on. So anyway, that's where he is. He had to leave right after the service. Okay, arm sweeps underneath, comes all the way up. All right, down, facing dog.
Maybe we'll get it done early.
Yeah, that'd be great. Sure. Okay, big bend in the knees this time. You guys just wanna watch me? If you've never done this before, we're gonna look towards our hands. We're gonna hop all the way up into Malasana. And then we're gonna press into our heels, inhale all the way up. Hands come to heart, sit all the way back down. Press into the heels, inhale up. Exhale down to Malasana. Yogi squat, inhale up, and thank me later. Just do as many as you can. Inhale up, we're gonna do 10. I'm counting, don't worry. Inhale down. Inhale up. Inhale down. 2 more. Inhale up. Inhale down. Inhale up. This time, if you want to try to do our crow pose, we're going to come all the way down. We're going to take those knees kind of like underneath our elbows. We're making a shelf with our forearms. And we're going to look forward. And we're slowly going to come up and see if we can balance. Like that. We've been working on this for the whole month of January, Heather, so you're new to this, so not sure if crow is in your practice. Go, Kirsten, go. Yeah, baby. Awesome job. Hey, buddy, you can come in and watch us.
What?
You can come in and watch us if you want.
Later.
Yeah, we're gonna be done at 9 o'clock, so we'll be done at 9 o'clock. So, yeah. All right, awesome. So if you guys want to just practice, we like to practice like 3 times. So to do crow, I kind of bring my hands forward, really separate my hands, and then I kind of bend my elbows, make a shelf. And then I bring my knees right underneath. I look forward and I balance. It's a practice. Looking forward is like pretty much a big chunk of it too. So we've been doing this for a month. So if you're new to this, see where you're at today and no judgments. Get a sip of water if you need. Go on, honey. Okay, that's all right, honey. You can do yoga with us. We have like a little yoga partner today, that's all. Go ahead, do whatever we're doing, honey.
Come next to me. Come show off.
Okay, honey. All right, this might be end up being like a
free class for everybody, and I'll have new arrangements next week. Yeah, let me just take one more, I just need 1 second break to make him not so sad. Come here, honey.
I do miss those days. I know, my little one is 8 now, so I'm still getting a little bit of
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
littleness.
Yeah.
But when he shows his maturity, I'm like, can I just stop my day and just play with the kid? I cleaned his room out last week from Christmas. Kid couldn't even move. Looked like something out of a horror episode. It was bad. His top bunk was full of stuff. And he just had too much stuff.
Yep.
So he got it all cleaned up, and I thought, I can play with this kid. He has a ton of toys up here, and he can't have kids over really to play with. He can't. And he's getting bigger.
Yeah.
You know.
It doesn't stay that way forever.
I know. He broke out this yesterday, and I was like, he's like, which one of these should I do? And I was like, that one. I think I'm going to do both. I'm like, okay, great. But they're still on the floor. They're still all over the floor today.
I just brought a bin to Kateria, and we've had them. My son is very 20.
You brought them live?
Brought her a bin of Legos.
Oh, did you?
They're just all these Legos. I need to get them in the basement.
Right.
He's playing with them.
Right? I know. I saved some special toys too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I hope I'm saving this for reasons like that. You know, I hope they give me some grandkids.
Yeah.
But I'm like, my husband's like, really? You're gonna save them that long? I'm like, I don't know. Just hold it on, I guess.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm stiffer. And even that foot stretch, I didn't do that when we weren't here.
I did it once the other day because my foot was bothering me, and I said, you know what? I'm just gonna do it.
And it was probably a good thing because I really hurt extra today.
Yeah.
Not doing it.
I think I missed like 3 classes in a row and never again. Because I can't move. I can't move. We didn't teach, we taught.
Okay, that's fine. We're gonna meet at the front of the mat, sorry guys. All right, inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. We're gonna step all the way back with our right foot. We're gonna lower that heel. It's gonna be like we're coming up into our warrior 2. So we're gonna straighten that front leg now. We're gonna like somebody's reaching with a string. Reach, and then we're gonna come into our triangle pose. Maybe you come down just a little below your knee. Maybe you reach all the way down to the mat. Maybe use a block. Try to have a nice straight line, fingertip to fingertip. Bend in that front knee. Come on up. Straighten that leg. Then we're gonna reverse the palm, reverse the triangle. Breathe. Bend in that knee, arms come down, meet in plank. Chaturanga. Cobra, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Okay, lift that right leg high. Bring it all the way through, help it if you need to, lower that left heel. Come on up like your warrior 2. Then we're gonna straighten that front leg. Reach, come on down to your triangle. And breathe. Bend in that front knee, come on up. Straighten that front leg, reverse your triangle. And breathe. Okay, come on down. Go through your vinyasa. We're in plank. Give them a little bit forward. The elbows come in nice inside, close to your side body. Then you push on up to your upward facing dog, downward facing dog. That is a vinyasa. Or from here, push into plank. We come forward, come down to our knees, slowly lower into our belly. Inhale up. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, let's come back into our plank. We'll hold here for a second. We're going to lower into our right forearm, our left. And see if you can push back up. If not, come on down and then you need to step up here. Come back down your forearms. Lower all the way down. Lift up your heart. Exhale, child's pose. Awesome job. Okay, come on forward, tuck the toes down, facing up. Let that left leg high. Bring it all the way forward. Okay, we're gonna come into our high lunge here. So press into that left heel, see if you can inhale arms up. Breathe here. And we're gonna bring those hands out to a T. And see if you can slowly bring them over to the left. So we're like a reverse high lunge here with a twist. Maybe you can bring those hands to prayer and bring that right elbow down. Make contact on the outside of that left knee. Really lifting that right knee. Holding strong here. All right, release the hands. Frame that left foot, step back. You can do knees down, belly down, or chaturanga. Cobra, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, awesome job. And breathe. Lift that left leg high. Bring it all the way through. Is this the same side? Wait, oh, sorry. Right leg high. Bring it all the way through. Okay, ground down to that right heel. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, as arms are going to come to a T. See if you can twist over to the right. Hold here. And then bring your hands to heart space together and see if you can bring that left elbow outside of that right knee. And twist. And breathe. Okay, frame that right foot. Step back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog with cobra. Downward facing dog. We're going to lift that left leg high. We're going to bring that left ankle to the outside of that right wrist if you can. Then slowly lower down to that right knee. We're setting up a pigeon. So we're slowly going to take those right toes, walk that right leg back. However you can set up here. Maybe a proud pigeon, open up your heart, your chest, and lead with your chest as you slowly soften down. This is a great time if you have blocks or something, you can bring your head to a block or bring your head to make a pillow with your hands. And just soften down and breathe. Breathe into all the tight spots. Just as you breathe, just imagine the breath softening all the tightness.
I was just gonna ask if we could do pigeon.
Here we go. We're in tune. And just breathe. I'm gonna have to come up with other arrangements. He's like having a total meltdown. He feels so left out.
Oh, cool.
So I'll just have his babysitter come over for the next few weeks. He'll be fine with her, you know, if he wakes up and not alone, yeah.
Yeah.
He feels like I'm totally just like,
Yeah.
He's very sensitive right now, but the kid's been through so much. Here, you can go to school for 2 days, and I can't go to school. You can go to school for 2 days. Then Joe, my husband, had COVID, and then he hurt his lip, and then
Is that better?
yeah, it's better. So it's just like all these things for a 5-year-old, you know.
Yeah.
Now his dad's gone for 2 months, you know. So all right, we're gonna sit onto that left hip. That right leg's gonna sweep around. This is how I like to get into pigeon from this side. And then I kind of just like make my way around, inch my left leg back. It helps if you flex that right foot too. And then you try to square off your hips. I kind of come up to my heart, and then I lead with my heart as I fold and melt down. Make a pillow with your hands. Just come on down. Breathe into the tightness. Just breathe. Back to those 3 things too that we can live by. in honor of my friend who would have been your best friend if you ever met him. Those things are love, discipline, and consistency. One thing about being a military family, it's hard for the consistency sometimes, but you gotta just do the best you can. Okay, should be a few more breaths here. Now slowly gonna roll onto that right hip. Those legs are gonna come out. We're gonna kind of do wide-legged, just see how far you can go. We don't do this a lot, so just kind of see where you are. We'll just kind of do like legs are gonna go as wide as you can. And sit up nice and tall. Maybe you reach those peace fingers for your big toe if you can. Inhale, then maybe exhale, forward fold, or maybe you bring those fingertips forward in front of you. And just fold over as far as you can. Not forcing anything. Yeah, honey?
I already got here on my
Oh, good job, buddy.
They're up here, right there in front of my teeth. Yeah, honey, guess what? I did one squirt,
Yeah.
so now one.
Oh, good job, buddy. All right, you got your skippies on and everything. Want to say hi to everybody on Instagram? Hi, guys. All right, we're gonna inhale, arms up. We're gonna exhale. We're just gonna kind of like fold over to the left.
Who's that?
Kyle's mom. Do you remember Kyle? That's Kristen and Kirsten. I'm just gonna reach
That's
over.
in high
Then we're gonna inhale, arms up. And then we're just gonna kind of reach over and fold over to the right. Okay, we're gonna bring those legs out straight in front of us. Sit up, honey. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Maybe reach for the outsides of your ankles or outsides of your feet. You're gonna bring that left hand to the outside of that right leg. That right arm's gonna reach behind you, look towards the fingertips. And breathe. Okay, release that. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Right hand comes to the outside of that left leg, left arm reaches back. Nice twist here. Exhale. Okay, here I'm gonna do a back bend of our choice. So our choices are, we could do camel. Camel is where you start here, where your toes are tucked, your hips are right over your knees. You try to keep your hips right there over your knees. And then you just slowly press your hips forward as you come back, and then you reach for your heels, and you're here. If that feels good, maybe you lower the tops of your feet down. You stay here and reach. That's camel. Or we have our choices of bridge, where we have our heels as close to our glutes as we can. Nice and grounded here, and then we just inhale our hips up and we come, maybe interlace your hands underneath, come up to your shoulder blades like this. And breathe here. Try to keep your knees together. Really lifting in your hips, using your core. That's an option. Or a third option is we bring our hands behind our shoulders and we press our hips up into full wheel. And if you're in full wheel, always bring your chin to your chest and slowly lower down. Okay, so those are our options. We're going to try to get 5 deep breaths wherever you get into your pose. Deep breath. My cat is going crazy. Hands to your heart. If you're in a camel, and then we sit. All right, you guys are on your back. Just hug your knees. when you can, and then reach for the outsides of your feet and come be in happy baby. Rock side to side. Okay, then when you're ready, we're gonna bring those feet down. You're gonna just lift the hips a little bit and bring the hips over to the right and slowly lower those knees to the left. Bring those hands out to a T. Bring the gaze over to our right shoulder, is it? Yeah. And I'll be right back. We'll let me get out.
One of those days. It's a bonus class.
All right, when you're ready, bring those knees up slightly over to the right. Gaze over to the left. And breathe. Okay, bring that gaze up. We're gonna just kind of come up. We're gonna rock and roll because we're not quite done. We did our dancer pose and it's almost the end of the month, so we're gonna do it. So from here, we're just gonna massage the back. We're just gonna rock and roll. If that feels good, if it doesn't feel good, no problem. Just meet us in all fours. Actually, in plank, I'm sorry. Step back and plank. We'll do one last flow. So meet however you want. And do a full vinyasa, come down, knees down, belly down. Cobra, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Step towards the front of the mat, walk towards the front of the mat. Forward fold. Bring those hands in shin, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root to rise all the way up. Bring your nose to your heart. We're gonna meet in Tadasana. We're gonna set up for dancer. We've been working on, Heather, since you're new this weekend, we've been working on the same pose for each month. And in the beginning of the month, we don't think we'll ever be able to do it. By the end of the month, we're bored of it. So for dancer, we've been doing a great job with this. So we're just gonna like set up like we'll find our drishti, our focus point. Then we just start here where we just do like a hamstring stretch where we reach back. Sometimes I would see if I can balance and reach back for both. And then I just start there. And if I feel nice and steady, I take my left hand, I bend in that left knee, and I come forward. And as I come forward, I press that right foot into that right hand, like that, into my dancer pose. So why don't you just practice that right from the cat side? No, you can't come here, you don't know what to do, no.
No,
But I can feel it's nice and
Yeah.
warm in there.
She's been through so much, you know, she just needed to kind of relax a little today. Got it. Steady. Damn good.
All right, and when you're ready, and everybody do on that side, good? Oh.
Without wall, I tried.
Yeah, that's all right, I started with the wall. Oh yeah, balancing's a little difficult, I'm always really good on one side and then the other side, so. All right, so now what are we gonna do? We're gonna take our right foot, right? And then reach back for our left foot. Find that place that's not moving, that helps. And then reach from here. Maybe bend in that knee, bring that right knee. And press into that hand. And breathe. Awesome, yeah. All right, let's see, what do we want to do for our final? I want you to do plank. Okay, you do plank. Everybody else, let's meet in the seat. We're gonna do high boat to low boat. We got this. Come on down for our final resting pose. Thank you for your patience. My little visitor friend. Friend to the end. All right, our arms are gonna come out alongside. We'll sit nice and tall, and we're just gonna sit back. Sit back to where you can still keep a straight spine. Then we're just gonna inhale, lift that right toes. Inhale, left toes up. See if you can hold here. Maybe sit back a little bit more. Maybe you reach your toes out a little bit further. Maybe you can straighten those legs. And then come down. And just breathe here, 5 breaths. Really strong on the core, hearts open. And maybe come all the way down, but you're just still nice and strong in that core, toes point. You're reaching here, nice and strong in the core. Still looking towards those toes, and then come on up. And then hug those knees. Come on up, great job. And just breathe. And do that 2 more times. Powerhouses. It all starts with our core, our solar plexus. It's like our power center, our sun. I always think of that as like our sun. That's our, like we have to recharge our phones. We have to recharge, different batteries all the time, reboot. That's our energy center that we have to recharge. So we gotta strengthen and stretch. Okay, arms come out, nice tall spine, sit back, nice and strong and engage in the core, lift the right leg, lift the left. Well, nice and strong here. Maybe if that feels good, you just come on and straighten the legs into your high boat. Try to get 5 breaths here. And then if that feels good, lower all the way down to low boat. Reaching those fingertips nice and wide, nice straight line, but you're still up and engaging your core. And then come on up. Hug those knees, sit up, great job. Yeah. Feel thinking. Okay, we're gonna do the final one, and then I want you guys to just melt down to the ground, okay? As we just walk us through a little yoga nidra. Arms come out. Slowly sit back. Lift the right foot, lift the left. Hold strong here, maybe straighten those legs. Point the toes. Lower all the way down. And just listen carefully, bend the knees, come up to high. Go down to low. Up to high. Down to low and hold. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Collapse all the way down. Release it all down. Shake your head no. We're just gonna melt all the way down. Those toes are gonna fan out to the side. Maybe come up onto your shoulder blades, your palms face up. Just make a nice comfortable spot for yourself. Melt down into your mat. Maybe just come back to that breath where you inhale deep for 4, hold for 4, exhale deep for 4. Just to smooth out the breath. And we're just going to follow this deep breath as we inhale. Follow the breath all the way down to the feet. Breathe all the way down into the soles of the feet. And as you exhale, the breath comes all the way from the feet, all the way out the crown of the head.
Follow that breath all the way to the heels, all the way up the crown. Our awareness and our attention travels all the way up to the knees. So as you inhale deep, you travel with the breath all the way to the knee, and then all the way back up and out the crown. That healing awareness, that breath starts to travel all the way up to the pelvis. So as you inhale, the breath goes down to the pelvis. And as you exhale, the breath comes from the pelvis all the way up and out the crown. Each breath creates more space. Each breath manifests healing, softness, opening. Next, we're going to inhale into the heart. Exhale out the crown of the head. Inhale through the whole body. Exhale out the crown of the head. Inhale through the whole body. Exhale through the crown of the head. Inhale through the whole body, creating space, creating healing. Exhale out the crown of the head, releasing anything that doesn't serve us, any tension, any dis-ease. Just bring that energy of love, discipline, and consistency into our energy, into our heart space, into our lives. And when you're ready, just start to deepen the breath, wake up the body. You wiggle the toes, the fingers. Take a big, okay, Melanie, take a big morning stretch. My alarm clock's going off. My alarm clock's going off. Okay, it's 9 o'clock, everybody.
We're almost done.
Hey, honey, let's do namaste together.
Yeah, that's why you have to do in a row.
Right? Let's sit down. You know, I'm just going to touch you namaste.
Yeah,
We'll take our time.
yeah.
Find peace.
Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I do on yoga and posing, so I do that at school.
Yeah, let's show everybody our namaste.
Yeah.
All right, we'll bring our hands to our hearts. Right?
Everyone, just get a hand to your heart.
The inner guide, the inner wisdom, the inner teacher in me honors the inner teacher in you. Namaste, we bow to our own hearts. Namaste, thank you everyone. Thank you, namaste.
I saw you doing some native work.
Thank you. Namaste.
Hi, Amy. Say hi.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thanks, guys. We don't always have so many, oh, look at Mark, look at it, we got Seamus. Is that Seamus or Sean? I forget which one that, who's the younger one? That's Sean, right?
Good morning.
Hi, buddy. We were just talking. Oh, here we are. Sorry, here we are. Here we are.
Hi, Sean.
Hey, George.
Oh, hi, buddy. Sarah, we were just talking about you. We got to set something up.
Yeah, that sounds good.